That should be no.
Ooh.
And other effects that can trap and manipulate spirits. So, theoretically speaking, Gearfried can make a Ghostbuster trap.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now you're just giving him ideas.
Yeah.
And we are
Guys,
back
we're not
for-
trapping the BBEG in my car.
And we are back for our first session of the wonderful Dapper Dans. And I say that accentuating the dapper of that. And it is our first game of the new year.
I haven't seen you all in a year.
Right.
There it is.
I was waiting for it.
Yep,
As a
it's for
teacher,
years, too.
My
No
kids
longer
kept on-
divisible by 4. Now divisible by 5.
Oh, someone pointed out we are close. We are just as close as 2000 as we are as to 2050 now.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to cut that shit off right now.
Yes. You know what the even scarier thought is? If I'm not mistaken, the next generation starts this year. So it's officially Generation Beta.
Uh,
Oh, great. We're surrounded by them.
So weird the way that they created those names.
There's nothing about the current generation that even resembles the name or words alpha.
it's silent. Boomer. X.
Y.
Z.
Names are arbitrary. Words are all made up.
It's crazy.
No, it's X and then millennial, then Z, and then alpha, and now beta. What the fuck?
For those people that try to get the Zennial,
Zillennial.
Hold on. We're not talking about the made-up generations here. The those in-betweeners who wanted to
Yeah.
alienate.
Hey,
Bing.
99 here. We exist.
That's okay. You are the generation you were born in. It's not like you're a millennial, but you consider yourself a Gen Xer instead. So you go with a Zennial.
Ugh.
Anywho,
I am millennial. I consider myself one of the higher functioning millennials.
So do I.
I'm an old Gen Z.
Year wise.
But for now, let's
Gang.
let's move away from the modern generations and go back to a simpler steampunk time. All right. The players have been in the process of decision making and regrouping after a interesting turn of events where feelings of emotions were spurned and then met with loss. Jumping out of a window after pulling a interesting quote-unquote stealthy heist. Eluding or possibly eluding a criminal syndicate and attempting to plan to sell said merchandise. And just generally figuring out where they want to go next. They have some inkling that things are going on in the country of Karnath, particularly their patron of Roth, the one who has helped them out of many a tight situations, has been there for a prolonged duration. Now, I'm going to give the players a chance to just fill in any little tidbits from their character's perspective that might be important. Go ahead and take it away, anybody. Just popcorn out.
Karnath sucks.
Okay.
That's Sean.
Not arguing there.
So far, to Levin's understanding, is that roughly half the group wants to go to Karnath, either to move things towards whatever's going on in that nation, or to actually help Ramos.
Or Uncle Ramram, as some of you might call him.
I'm still just picturing him as Ramatra. Every time I hear the name Ram Ram.
Good old Uncle Ram Ram. Wait. We don't know how long he's going to be there. And if it's going to take us months to get there, he could turn around and go back by the time we get there.
Oh my god.
You're right, but you specifically also know that you've tried to contact him and the spell went through. There was just no response, which in itself was curiosity in the moment.
So he's leaving us on red?
He could be dead.
He's
No, if he was dead, the spell would fail.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was ignoring it.
Tied up in a basement.
See, that's the funny thing. We don't know if he's ignoring us. We just know he isn't responding.
If he's like tied up in a basement, can he not respond?
It's a mental message through a spell, so if you are able to receive, you have the choice of response.
Okay.
Have we
Although-
pissed anyone off to the
It
extent
gets a little
that they-
hinkier when you go out of like different campaign worlds and such.
Have we
Like,
angered
it's
anyone
shot.
to the extent that they would try to like kidnap Ramos on our behalf?
No, but that's not to say that Ramos hasn't angered anybody enough to get Ramos kidnapped.
And if were he to be kidnapped, it's likely that he would have responded.
So with that,
I can tell we're all deep in thought.
indeed, you also know that.
Oh, we're
Seth
deep in it.
You also know that Seth the Bard has been missing as well. And that is how you have all joined the acting troupe of the illustrious... What was the name you were going by, sirs? I put you on the spot here.
I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? I wrote it down somewhere. I know I did. Rillis or something like that.
Curses.
Yes.
Wasn't it Saris backwards?
No. It's close. It's like Rylis or something like that.
Ryla sounds right. I watched the stream. It's been a while though.
Yeah, I think it's Rylis. God
So-
damn, where did I write it down?
I love how we're just in a fantasy magical steampunk world, and then there's just a character named Seth.
Yep.
It's like if we
Yeah.
run into a Zack.
I found it. Rylis' traveling troupe.
Yes.
Traveling minstrel troupe.
And
She is the star, and you are supporting groupies.
Do the drums.
But, funnily, oddly enough, Seth does have an interesting origin. Seth is actually a canon character from a specific book. 1 second. Sorry, just give me 1 second so I can pull up the book. From the Misplaced Monsters Volume 1. So that's a book that's actually written, or the monsters were created by kids with, I believe, cancer. So it's an interesting thing. That's one of the reasons why Seth is such a caring and loving
Charitable individual.
Yeah.
Well, last time we couldn't find Seth, he wound up being I don't know, what was he being? He was like being turned into salami or something? We should probably go find him.
Descaled was the
Right, they were like carving scales into his arm.
He was being imposed upon, yes.
So are we all in the same area currently?
I believe
I know we haven't exactly like.
where you guys were in the tavern, but I could be correct. I could be mistaken.
All right.
Levin and Saris had scouted out Ramos's living quarters
Yep.
and
That
were either on their way back
yes.
or made their way back.
Yeah, I think you had just entered.
Okay.
She got as far as through a window and then like, no, this place is trapped to high hell.
Warded to high hell.
Yep. And then you also found out that there was somebody who comes, I think, once a day.
We ambushed them. Then the wards would drop and we could go inside.
That's under the assumption that they're renewing the wards and not simply checking them.
I hate Red. I hate this town so much.
Not a fan of it either. But it is a major city.
Oh well, let's just get back to the inn and collect my carpe diem and we can be on our way.
You could actually transfer that to you?
He will.
You know what? That's your business. I'll leave you to it. So, any thoughts on anything we might need on the way back?
We might want.
Just going to be picking up a couple of scrolls that I can have ready for everyone.
Are they? I see. I suppose. I saw that scroll of fog cloud you gave me.
And here's hoping that you'll never actually have to use it, but it's better to have it.
True. Very true. Well then. I mean, we can never go wrong with seeing if we could find any healing potions.
True, but I think we might need to get something a little stronger than the standard.
Yes, well, anything helps, but anything, if we can afford better than the usual, yes, certainly.
Oh. Let's meet up with the group and then we'll do a check. See if anything's happened to them while we've dallied.
Alright, sounds good. Oh, actually, wonder if it's possible to get, like, purchase like a vial of alchemist fire or acid.
Well, if it's alchemist fire, if I had the proper supplies, I could probably make some for you.
Oh, why don't we do that? Why don't we just look around and buy innocuous items and then turn them into something inflammable and lethal?
You're making fun of the time that I managed to actually complete this kit.
I mean, you seem resourceful. It seems a waste not to capitalize on that.
I'm not going to find terribly much resistance in getting actual chemistry supplies.
See? That's what I'm talking about. Look at the resourcefulness happening already. My usual methods are just so much more difficult here. It's harder to source materials. So many city guard about.
Cyrus, have you never tried doing something honestly?
What would be the point?
To avoid suspicion?
I'm usually pretty good at avoiding suspicion via my own methods.
It's okay to be wrong on occasion.
narrows eyes at him. I remember you said that.
You won't need to. I'll remind you.
I feel like we're expecting different outcomes from that statement.
Viserys, we've already come the song and dance with you, threatening violence upon my person,
No, I wasn't threatening violence.
implying violence.
I wasn't implying violence. I was just implying that I'd be right.
Here's hoping you enjoy it when it happens.
Yes, exactly.
So, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
With that,
Away we go.
we're going to jump back to the tavern where you would have Zarya standing along with Maidley. You would have Fennec and... Well, that's just a bad brain fart. Gearfried. Sorry.
Giffried.
I don't know, man. Sorry about that.
It's the fog from absence.
Oh, God. Like, I had all the names and then it was just gone. All right. So
Don't
you
worry.
have,
I do it to my players all the time.
you have Fennec
You'll get
and
back into the swing. It's cool.
All right. Fennec and Gearfried, what would you two be doing?
I feel like Gearfried would, if I had enough time, be finishing up the addition since we found the Kyber shards. But if not, then Gearfried would probably be taking a quick break from his long work on the cruiser.
Alrighty. While you're outside, give me a perception check.
Oh dear.
You're good at these.
Now, Fennec, while he's
am
doing that,
I?
what are you doing?
I'm really not. I got +1. Not bad. 17.
Not bad. Fennec, what would you be doing?
I haven't the slightest idea, to be honest.
Well, would you be in the tavern area drinking in front of Zarya, or would you be helping out Gearfried? What would you want to do?
Karazing.
He's been kind of famous. He'd be probably with Gearfried.
Alrighty.
He's sticking around with them.
So,
Probably complaining about Yami.
and give me a perception
Yeah.
check,
Perception?
please and thank you.
Well. 14. Not bad.
All right. You do not notice. Gearfried, you notice somebody jumping from the second floor and running off.
Fennec, did you see that?
What? I didn't do anything.
I'm going to look at Cogfried and I'm going to say, Cogfried, sentry mode, and which is going to instruct him to essentially guard the cart and everything in it, and Gearfried's just going to throw all of his tools inside and be like, all right, I'm curious, and he is going to then kick up his boots to fly, because I have the winged boots as my replicate magic item, and I'm going to shout down to Fennec, I saw something, you want to come along?
Oh, he's gonna look around like he's got something like going on. Yep, my schedule's free.
You have your broom, right?
Too. You got a catapult?
I don't have my catapult. It
Well,
was a one-time use thing.
it's not necessarily true. Where your catapult is, if you left it there, you're going to see like 3 tickets on it, each for 5 gold each.
It broke when he used it, didn't it? Wasn't that part of it? It was just like a
Did-
shitty
did
little...
you-
Yeah,
Did
they
you
left
leave the
tickets on the debris.
Yeah.
So, I guess in...
Cars crushed into a cube. You have 15 minutes to move your cube.
So, Gearfried's going to shoot up into the air, looking in the direction where that guy just ran off to.
As you fly off, shooting off, one of the things that you notice is the city itself is hustling and bustling this time. And there is no sign of somebody running or trying to escape or looking suspicious in any way.
What the hell's... can I roll like a perception check to see if I see anyone, like... He was running on... Sorry, did you say he ran like from the second floor down, or was he running atop the roofs?
No, he kind of jumped down and then ran.
Okay, so I'm going to just kind of move over to the area where I saw him run, or saw that figure move, and roll or if I could, roll a like investigation check, see if I can't like suss him out.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, I am good at these. Balls. 15.
You are able to find a set of footprints initially where the individual landed, and then you're able to track it a little bit. But due to the asphalt, it's much harder. But one of the things that you notice is as you're following those tracks, they suddenly just vanish. You don't see any sign of magic or any sort of indication that they teleported in any way. You just know that all signs just visibly disappear. Or noticeably disappear.
Huh. That's, odd. Gifford's gonna, like, look over to... If Fenix made his way to him by now, Gifford's just gonna, like, kind of point at the, footprints, and he's like... So, I'm not crazy. I definitely saw somebody dive out of that second-floor building. But, look, they just kind of petered off into nothing.
As you look up in that direction, you're going to notice that the window that it looks like he jumped out of, or near, is relatively close to where your room was.
Oh shit, Gearfried's going to jet off into the room that was his then, I guess.
Seeing that, and are you and Fennec sharing a room?
We were, yeah.
Right. You are going to see that your combined room has been ransacked.
You've got me. Gearfried is going to take a deep breath, and he's going to turn over into the outside, lean over and look for Fennec, and just be like, Fennec, I think we were robbed.
Robbed? Like, we had things and now they got robbed?
Someone went through our shit, look.
How could you be so careless?
Hey, all my shit's down there.
Well, they went through my shit?
Look, it just looks like they tore the room apart. Did you leave anything in here?
He's just gonna kind of like that gesture where like he has his hands up and just kind of like gestures to himself. He goes, "Do I look like I have shit in here?"
All right, so, all right, let's head back downstairs really quick. And Gearfried's going to jump back out of the window and go back down to his car, the cart where Cogfried was left. Is Cogfried still? Has anything happened to him?
Nope, he's still fine. Now, what are some items that you would have left in your room?
I had my bag of holding with me, so I imagine... just check my greater inventory, I guess.
And
Stuff
I'm
I
not
had
talking
on me that I was...
big things, like would you have like a hairbrush, things like that?
Gearfried...
I mean, you would have a hairbrush, I get that one, but...
Gearfried may have left like a tool belt and probably some extra components to like repair Cogfried that he keeps separate from his stuff.
Ultimately, what you're going to find is as you look to do your inventory, you're just going to notice that from each of you, one minor item is missing.
Wait, each of us? They stole from me?
No. Just Fennec and Gearfried.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Shit was about to go bad.
I think I know what's going on, Fennec.
First, done.
What?
That our stuff is gone.
No, Sarah's fucking with us.
Why would she? Never mind. I don't want the. I Forget I asked.
Come on, do you think this is... I'm sure we did something imperceivable that she feels slighted for and is now taking her vengeance.
That is probably the most accurate explanation ever. Like, I don't even have a comeback. I can't even make fun of that. It's so true.
While this is going on, Zarya, you would see a random frenzy as Gearfried runs up to his room, and then you would see Fennec follow close by, or, minutes after. What would you be doing during this time while you are playing bodyguard for melee?
Am I the only one playing bodyguard for melee?
Currently, yes.
Then I would not do anything. I am playing bodyguard for melee. She
Okay.
takes her job very seriously.
Fair enough.
I paid you.
Yeah.
It works, because as this is all going on, Ceres and Levin, you would be kind of pulling up at about this moment, seeing Cogfried on an alert mode similar to like Goddard from Jimmy Neutron when his eyes turn red. Full guard mode, sentry mode.
Oh,
Curious.
the little thing is doing the weird rotating head thing again. So unsettling. I'm gonna go poke it.
Let's
That-
gonna go and check on what's going on.
There's just poking Hogfried in the eyes.
Gogfried would probably not react to that since you are on the priority list. He would probably actually disengage from priority mode and just look at, turn to you and tilt his head like a dog.
I'm just pushing him around, watching him get back up.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Stanford dog thing.
Yeah.
Oh. As you enter, you would see Zarya sitting there. What would you be looking like, Zarya? Seeing this little bit of flutter, would you be curious right now? Like, would you be itching to start investigating or checking? Like, what would you be doing, or how would you be?
I'm mostly keeping an ear out for yelling, if shit's going down or if they're just fucking around up there. Also just kind of keeping an eye out in general. Guard dog. Just trying to not look like she's doing all of that, just chilling. But keeping head on a swivel. Not incognito. Can't fucking pronounce shit. What's the word that I'm looking for? Down low? No.
Subtle?
Subtle. There you go. Thank you.
So, Levin, as you would enter the tavern, you would see Zarya and Melee. Melee would be at the bar. She's kind of knocking back a drink. But you would not see Gearfried or Fennec. And I believe, and if I'm incorrect, please correct me. But you wouldn't see Fennec or Gearfried anywhere.
If this is happening while we're having that conversation upstairs, we're just now seeing all of our stuff was gone through, we'd probably be in the middle of that conversation where I'm
Yeah,
there.
pretty much. So they're arriving at about the time you're having that conversation.
Zarya, where are Gearfried and Fennec?
Points upstairs.
Right. Well, we need to get everyone together, so... Excuse me, I'm gonna go.
No suspicious movements around. So. Though they are yelling about something.
Here he is. And Levin's gonna pop off upstairs.
All right. As you head up the stairs, you would be tuning into the tail end of the conversation. So as you're walking down the hallway, you would basically be hearing Fennec saying, like, I have no comeback. Like, I can't even make fun of how true that statement is.
All right. Hello?
Oi.
Sounded like you were in the middle of a conversation.
We were. You had eyes on Ceres, during your little trip the entire time?
Outside of when she made entry into the dwelling, yes.
And she didn't rush into our space up here at all at any point?
We were halfway across town.
Okay. Well then, my theory's off the table. Someone went through our shit.
Was it that mysterious person that we can't identify who jumped out a window that you didn't see happen, but are convinced that it happened?
I am positive.
Levin's eyes are going to go slightly wide. What was taken?
They took one of my old tool belts, but nothing else. I don't know if they were looking for anything, but Gerfried's going to look out the window and see Ceres entertaining Ceres right now, but he didn't go off, so no one took any of my shit, but still worrying that someone should probably go check on your things.
Old as in cared for and used regularly?
Yeah.
Fennec?
Oh, magical components. DNA.
Fennec, was anything of yours taken?
Not that I'm aware of. So he'll start searching.
Do a check.
So, do you have anything if his be missing?
Yes, one item would be missing from you. One small item of your choice. So it could be... It would be something that I'm assuming you would have left your bag in the room and stuff like that. So it would be something, in a sense, kind of personal to you, but definitely a belonging of yours.
He's going to kind of rummage through his bag, and then his head is going to shoot up, and his eyes are going to be wide, and he's almost not like hyperventilating, but his breathing is definitely going to intensify a little bit. Where is it? Where is it? He starts like throwing the bag, looking under things. Where is it?
Okay, stop right now. We need to make an exit.
Yeah. Not until I find it. Where is it?
Do I hear the freaking out?
They stole it. Whatever.
Fennec, Gerfried, you two had personal items taken from you.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. And are we concerned with being tracked, traced, or located?
I'm going to say the latter is probably the worst one, but a mix of all three seems like
You do need to be scrubbed.
I'm sorry, I need to what now?
If
He
there
wants
were
to make
personal
sure
items
we're not
taken from your person, you can be scryed upon.
Oh, I thought you said scrub.
Oh, he did. You two need to be scrubbed.
Got it. Okay.
He needs to make sure we're not being actively tracked or looked upon.
I've just got the mental image of Levin taking actual brushes to them, like they fucking got sprayed by a skunk.
And for that, we need
The
to
night is young.
talk with someone downstairs. You two are about to owe Ceres a favor.
What? An item of mine is taken, and I owe her a favor?
She's going to take you to somebody that'll take care of that.
Well, this...
Oh, okay. I think I need to calm down. I just gotta breathe for a second. Just an item. An item.
Fennec, flip your shit later. Let's go.
Hell, flip whatever I want when I want. He's gonna mumble that as he starts walking. I also love how no one asked what was.
Oh, yeah, Gerfried is kind of curious, so, Gerfried...
It's not Levin's business. He only needed to know if it was a personal item.
Fennec, what'd you lose?
they took my Rubik's Cube, and I swear, if the low life that stole that thing figures it out before me, I'm gonna...
You're insane.
Oh,
All right, well...
Phoenix has a Rubik's Cube.
All right, that magical Rubik's Cube that you had.
Yep. And he's more pissed that if the person
Right.
that took it solves it.
That was one of the fidget toys. When did you buy that?
Yep. I think Sarah's fine for him.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
like the poppers.
we'll get it back, but things are going to be very unpleasant for us because you know how Saris gets when she's owed something.
Also, as he's walking, he's gonna stop real quick, put his hand like into his like pocket or like the best part, and like shake, and you're gonna hear a jingle, and you're just gonna see a visible sigh of relief. You know?
So your keys.
Yes. What do I do with them?
So with that,
Nice, there's that.
would you begin to start making your way down to the lower floor?
Levin's not dragging them, but he is staring them down until they start moving.
Yeah, we're going. We're going.
With that,
Also, DM, in case you missed it, they stole his Rubik's Cube.
I did hear.
The anime is very familiar with Fenix Rubik's Cube.
I just love that you each picked very interesting items, and I love it. I'm going to give you guys an inspiration for that.
Do you know how to end it?
It was a gift from my mother, you bastard.
My mother's dead. Thanks to Yami.
Here.
Wow.
Tough crowd, tough crowd.
Ma.
Wow,
Woo!
didn't know that from the backstory.
He's talked about that before.
I was just saying, in Yami's defense, there.
specifically mentioned that Yami killed his mom.
Yes, because they were going to sacrifice Fennec.
They were going to sacrifice Fennec.
Yeah.
Because his,
Oh,
his
you
parents were
mentioned the sacrifice.
cultists.
Oh, I remember the sacrifice part. I don't remember the part about your parents being cultists.
Does that make a little bit more sense now?
Oh my god.
Questions are answered now. Yeah.
Dysfunction is the only function for Fennec.
Oh my god, with that little piece of backstory my other character had, this campaign would have worked so well. Fuck.
Whew.
She has
With
big
that,
stuff, too.
Ceres, would you, or rather the party, would you be going out to Ceres, who is currently poking Cogfried and watching him fall, or Ceres, would you get bored and go inside to get a drink? And, you know, check on me.
No. Ceres derives so much pleasure from torturing things.
But we're aware.
But it's not self-aware.
The inevitable, like, there's a, in Ceres' mind, there's this sort of Sisyphean challenge between either her or Cogfried will get tired, and at the moment she's not ready to give up. So she's attempting to break Cogfried's soul.
No, Cogfried.
Sarah, stop touching my homunculus.
No, I'm not done yet. It's about to break.
We have a problem.
Of course you do, but you still expect
No.
him to make stop wearing the hat.
Let's be a little more clear. You two have a problem, and by extension, the rest of us will share that problem. But Ceres,
Oh.
you're about to benefit.
Oh! Stops messing with Cogfried. How do I benefit? Right now, what have you fucked up? What's the problem?
It's not- They haven't specifically done anything wrong. More had wrong done to them. They need
What happened?
somebody to break their personal ties to a couple of items that were taken from them.
Whoa. Somebody stole from us?
Stole from them.
Are we sure it was just them?
I keep nothing personal in my backpack. Ceres keeps everything on her person. And
True.
you, I think, don't own much.
Zarya's gonna go check her room just to be safe.
There you go.
Crippling insecurity and a desperate need for drink as a way to make up for whatever's missing in her life.
I'm of the idea that personal items should be on your person.
Okay,
I
But if-
agree.
let's all settle down. He's gonna look at everybody. I think we all need to. You can tell, like, he's trying to forget that something was taken. Like he's trying not to lose his shit. Like he's just trying to zen thing. I think before we make any rash decisions, sure, some things were taken, but I think we all just need to take a moment to be grateful for all that we have right now. And then he'll give it a hot second. And now back to wishing everything was different.
DM, is any of my stuff stolen?
No.
No.
Nope. You.
I do
your room
have
has
personal
been left
items
untouched.
to steal.
Do you keep them in a backpack?
Would you like me to have something stolen from you?
I don't know. They're wondering if
Also-
I haven't had thought to think of the thing before.
Also-
I want to be traumatized.
You would also, if we are looking meta-wise at the scrying spell, it's very likely they have your likeness. So they already have a means of scrying you.
Why make it easier by letting them have an item?
So it already affects your save anyway.
Okay, so we've confirmed that it's a scrying spell. Thank you, DM.
I mean, I said if we're talking,
Mm-hmm.
because that was what was already mentioned. But anyway,
All right, so Saris, we need to drop our ties to these objects. How much is that going to cost us?
Let's go find a person. We'll have to wait till night, unfortunately. It's the daytime's not the most active time to be noticed, or to introduce you to the people in general interest. But I will go out and make some inquiries so they will know to expect us.
All right. In the meantime, we should probably keep a sharper eye on our surroundings. I know they were after Melee. I didn't expect them to specifically target. Well, to be honest, I didn't really think I would be on that list. I mean, you all crashed a blimp into someplace, didn't you?
We
You're free
didn't crash it.
We crash it, we steered it.
For known associates of Melee, any one of us could be pointed at. That makes
Yeah,
us persons of interest. So when I handed her a ward against detections and scrying, that made us secondary options.
All right. That makes sense. And unfortunately, now we're basically the only way they have to scry upon them, so... Hold on, is this going to keep happening, or are we going to have to come up with our own magical mess-up necklaces? Because if they can just keep stealing things from us, they're probably just going to keep trying to do that. Keeping our own objects at our own person is going to be the only way to mitigate that particular situation, but even then, if we get into a scrap with them in the future, they can just take something from us, can't they?
I mean, maybe. But if you start being responsible with your lifestyle and making it harder for them to scry upon you, then maybe they won't be stealing stuff from you because you will have it on your person and you'll divest yourself of the things you don't need.
All right, I'll just chalk this one up to a learning moment then.
Yes, everything in the bag of holding.
Yeah, it's gonna make so many things so much more convenient. But it has to be done. And Gearfried's going to grab the bag of holding and then fly back over to his room. Start putting all his shit in the bag.
And Ceres is going to sort of turn back around and go try and make contact with the Bormar clan and set up a meeting to get her companions scrubbed.
Now ready? As time is going on, we're going to just take a quick 5-minute break so that the cast can take a quick break. We'll be right back.
While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store, it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store, it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store, it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store, it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms.
Single serving rotisserie chicken.
Love that. That's what we go into.
Yes.
No context.
So
We made a Costco run in the downtime.
clearly we're making a dinner run. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Cornish game hens, I guess, on the agenda. Yeah.
Something other than turkey.
That's what it replaces.
With that, we have returned the night. We're going to time skip to the evening, unless there's anything in particular the players would like to do. To where you can try to find somebody to quote unquote scrub you guys.
Gearfried will just finish the additions to the cruiser that he can finish, and then just kind of hole up in the bar and have his bag of holding kind of right next to him now because he's no longer keeping anything in his room.
All right, so as you're working on adding those Kyber Dragon crystals, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Why do you do this to me?
Because you're installing crystals on a you've never done before.
Wouldn't that be a Tinker's Tools check? I mean, he's tinkering.
He could make the argument.
Hey DM, how's about a Tinker Tools?
I will allow a Tinkerer's Tools check.
Okay.
All right, you get to add proficiency.
Yeah. Alrighty.
But that's okay. Even if you fail, Cyrus will just do it for you.
True.
My Tinker's tools are still not working for me in this.
It should just be a dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Dex. Yeah. Plus, normal. Not bad.
So your dex is 2 and your proficiency is 4.
My proficiency is 4, yeah, so that would be a 17.
17. As you're starting to put the crystals in, you see streams of electricity kind of connecting. The engine itself, or the vehicle itself, kind of makes almost like when a race car in like one of the original like Fast and Furious movies where they make that revving sound. As you put it in, you hear the sound of whatever engine component is there revving.
All right. And then Gearfried's gonna just kind of finish up, close whatever paneling is there, and then back out. Okay. Can I test run it in the meantime?
You certainly can.
Okay. Gearfried will take the Carpe Diem for a spin around the block.
Is anyone going along with you?
Well, of course, Finnick is.
Alrighty. As you are riding around in this barge-like vehicle, you notice that the speed itself, at first, imagine driving something that has a feather-light touch or feather-light gas. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get used to this new hyper-acceleration of sorts.
I definitely need to adjust this later. Because then Gearfried's gonna like kind of do that little like jaunt forward, like pull back thing. Like it's very, very like first driver kind of like I just need to. All right, and then eventually try to like get the speed consistent before returning back to the inn.
Go ahead and give me a vehicle check, please.
A vehicle check.
Indeed.
It's not a. How am I doing that?
Then second,
Do you have proficiency with land vehicles?
not yet.
Not yet.
Let's-
Then whatever stat he asked for.
Yeah, so it would just, again, I'm going to say a dexterity.
Okay.
Unless you,
Nope.
I will, do you have a different stat you can
Well,
argue?
Well, Gearfried has been taking up some literature, and I would try to argue that like he would attempt to like go into his mind like all the first couple of chapters he's already read, just being like, okay, hold on. So it was this and it was this. So I would try to argue intelligence or history.
I will allow the intelligence.
Okay. Check.
Please and thank you.
Oh wow. Hey, can I do we have any inspiration activities on that?
You do. You have 3 of them.
I will burn one right here.
Sure thing.
It's the middle of the ground. It's
Smidge.
terrible.
Smidge better.
It's good enough. You are able
Average.
to listen. It is what it is. You notice that as you're trying to make a turn, you end up hitting the pedal a little bit too hard, causing you to kind of jolt forward. You are able to turn and miss crashing into a stoop, but you do take out a series of garbage cans that do end up scratching the side of the vehicle.
I thought you were California, not New York.
Who specified?
Roll through stop signs. Gearfried's gonna look. Good thing I'm repainting this anyway, but I'll fix that in a minute. And Gearfried will pull back into the drunken drake and then hop out and immediately cast mending on the area that was damaged.
Not ready?
Fennec, you wait here. I'm gonna go pick up some trash cans, and the Gearfried's going to walk away to go and resolve that little issue.
What were the rest of you doing during this time?
Levin
Sarah's
would have
is-
taken a little time to go and make a couple of purchases, just a couple of spell scrolls that, blanks, so that he could scribe for their time on the journey to just have extra at the ready. Oh, and inquiries to getting an alchemist supply kit.
Alrighty. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check just for the alchemist supply kit.
Mm-hmm.
You get... You do find 2 places that will sell it to. One of them does inquire about the purposes behind it, and the other will just sell it to you for a flat fee.
Okay. For the one that would inquire after it, Levin would simply just explain and have a business card at the ready of, like, no, I act as a private investigator, and occasionally this means I have to work with and handle evidence.
Give me a persuasion check, or a charisma-based check.
They're all bad, so...
Yeah. I guess you are part of the law enforcement, eh? All right.
Not specifically. I do work with them, but I am not law enforcement.
I can sell it to you for 45 gold.
I'll take it at that price.
And
Ultimate areas that would sell it.
just if you ever get caught doing anything illegal, don't tell them you got it from us.
What are you talking about? I just picked up some glassware.
Exactly. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
But with that, other items you would like to pick up, the scrolls won't cost you too much. Yeah, I've been assuming you'd be buying the scrolls in the ink.
In the interim, while waiting for the night to come.
Yep. With that, Ceres, what were you going to be doing?
I know a guy.
Okay. Okay.
And that guy is going to put me in contact with someone that can help me scrub my friends.
All right. Now, what is this guy's name?
Tobias.
Tobias. Okay. How do you know him?
I met him when I joined the Thieves Guild here, and I was inducted into the Bormer clan.
Gotcha. So he's a fellow member of the Boromar clan. Alright. So, would you be meeting Tobias in somewhere clandestine, or are you going to be going to a different, seedier bar?
I figured he hangs out in a seedy dive bar, and I would just sit down next to him, buy him a drink, and I would pay 2 extra gold coins. I wouldn't pay 2 extra gold coins. I'd offer to pay for his drink and put down the cost of his drink plus 2 extra gold coins to signify that I have 2 prospective clients in need of his services.
As you sit down, he's going to see the 2 extra gold that are placed down. Taking it, he's going to slip it in his pocket without even hesitating. And you're not a cop, are you?
I'd have to tell you if I were.
Yeah, sure. Like that happens. Anyways, what specifically are you looking for?
I have a couple of companions who have recently misplaced some deeply personal items. And they just want to talk to someone to just excise the emotional baggage of those personal items from their souls, so they feel like they go back to the daily business without the lingering weight of that loss on them.
Well, unfortunately for you, there's no real way to dissociate from a bond. But if you want some items to prevent you from being scried, I can get you that. I know a guy who can provide a tattoo that helps ward against it, makes it more likely that you're gonna resist it.
Oh. Well, that would be beneficial.
It can be a little bit pricey. Last person I sent him to, they came back, told me he charged him about 450, 500 gold pieces.
They're good for it.
But other than that, there's no way to sever their bonds unless you sever their entire mind.
Oh. That's something they're willing to pay for, as they don't seem to be using their minds much as it is already.
Yeah, but you know, even for you, it might be a hard sell to voluntarily get them lobotomized.
I feel like they'd be so much better as companions if they were.
You know them. I don't. Like I said, I can find you some items.
Items?
This individual, he's good. I've had good work.
How much would the items run us?
It varies on the rarity, to be honest. I can't really say, but Some amulets can cost you about the same price as the tattoo itself.
I see. Well then. Good to know, good to know. I will get back to them and see if they're good for the coin. And if so, I will let you know via a spell, and then we can set things up.
Hey, you know where to find me, hun.
Indeed, I do. I will flip him another gold coin.
You're gonna notice he catches it in midair with faster reflexes than you would have assumed.
Just grins and heads on out the door.
With that, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Sounded better if Levin tried doing that on the road and away from populated areas, so I'm not going to go with that option yet.
Oh, that's... Zarya, we haven't heard from you in a while. What would you be doing?
Honestly, I think she's just kind of in a sort of limbo of like, unless she's being told to do something, she's not really sure what to do with herself. There isn't. It's just a lot of stuff that regular random stuff that the party's doing. Not a lot of jobs where people need punching, and she's just not sure what to do in between that.
Okay. So,
I think she's just trying to figure that out, but just is struggling with the no punchiness.
go ahead and give me a
Right.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, not another one. You never told me what that was for the last time. What?
That's okay.
You'll find out when you fail.
Uh,
What I do to my players.
oh, fuck. Well, that might be today.
As you are kind of sitting there in that mode of limbo, unfortunately for you, it gives your mind time to wander.
Mm.
In this time, memories that you have been attempting to repress for a long time begin to surface. And it starts small. Your first time being hired by the family, the first time you met your client, little things like that.
She needs to punch somebody. Is there any kind of work she can do while we're in the city? Just anything.
You could certainly try to find work, but also I don't know how
Or just
you guys are gonna
a
be-
sparring.
Sparring?
Or just a fight club.
No fight clubs, not in this place. Good
Ah,
luck at finding that in Sharn.
ah.
Or she just doesn't know where to look.
True, I mean... You still know a guy. I'm sure Tobias can find you a fight club.
I would. Yeah, I would ask if he knows where it's like. I have an interesting fighter who might mix things up. From the usual stable of fighters, if he knows of anywhere that sort of thing gets together.
Are you doing that now, or...
Yeah, before I leave, I would ask him.
By the way, what's your name anyway?
Rylis.
Now, things of this nature, I can only trust with trusted people, and Rylus, I don't trust you.
Well, that's helpful.
I'm sure.
Is there a way that I can somehow afford your trust?
Well, how do you trust a criminal?
Usually if they're willing to part with money, that's a good sign.
Give me a persuasion check.
Hey?
Can I help by standing ominously in the corner?
You're not there.
You're not-
I'm alone.
I'm not there.
I'm doing this as a favor to you because Ceres was thinking of you. Because she does that sometimes. And yeah, there we go.
All right. With a 26. Well, normally I only pass this information on from people who I trust who've been relayed through the family.
Call us.
I don't know any Rayless through the family.
Really? Have to use real names? That's so passe.
Wow, it's too bad for you.
It is. I'm so sorry. Goodbye, lots of money then.
But, as said, tattoo guy, you still want his name, I can give it to you.
I will get back to you as soon as I can.
And he's just going to continue drinking.
Then I will skip back like nothing ever happened.
No fight?
Reason he willing to sell me illegal items, but won't tell me about a fight club.
Tattoos aren't illegal.
Fair.
Wild. In that case, you might just take her fist to a tree. If there's a tree nearby.
All right.
Do they have trees in route?
They do have trees en route, and it may count as destruction of public property.
It's a tree?
Yeah,
Yes.
those don't just grow in cities.
I don't think Zarya knows destruction of property is a thing when it comes to trees.
That is okay. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Wait,
a lot of
what-
laws.
Would Gearfried see Zarya running off to go punch a tree?
Well, you would see Zarya probably sulking off.
Yeah, it's more like she's kind of just sitting and stewing and just seems to get more and more out of her head until she eventually just kind of gets up and just walks off like nothing is happening and goes off to punch a tree.
Right.
Gearfried will point it out to Fennec and be like, she looks sullen, should we go follow her?
The giant lady who punches things.
Well, look at it this way. We got in trouble for what I believe we can agree was something very minor. If she does something also very minor that might result in something very major, and she is known for her temper.
Then I say we follow her and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into on the way.
Let's try not to get in any trouble. Let's just observe from a distance and intervene if anything goes wrong.
Right. That.
and Gearfried will leave with Levin and Cogfried on his shoulder. And not Levin, sorry, Fennec, and just kind of hail Zarya from like 60 feet away, like just kind of like lingering to see where she's going.
You're it.
Would I notice them following me?
Are you trying?
This
to be
isn't stealthy. This isn't stealthy. We're kind of like peering out of the bar, watching you leave at first. Like she, kind of like when you do an Irish goodbye, and your friends are like, are they leaving? Like it's kind of like that, basically.
Oh,
So if you did look behind you, you probably would see me and Fennec peeking out. Like, where's she going?
yeah, I don't think she'd be in her head to actually look behind.
So what's she doing? What you doing?
So you would see her getting to the closest tree she could find, and I'm assuming you want to punch said tree, yes?
Yeah, I do. I think she takes like a stance and just kind of palms the tree, like punch palm. Or what is it when you're like
Palm strike.
Well,
Palm thrust.
kind of
Palm thrust.
palm thrust? Yeah, like some kind of like it looked like monk training shit.
You would see her take a
But the
stance.
tree is shaking.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me a strength, unarmed attack roll.
Oh dear.
On the
But-
tree.
You would see her take the stance, and then, knowing laws, you'd say, "Oh, I hope she doesn't hit that," because you've got. She's.
God.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
What a pretty high resistance.
I mean, shit, if I wanted to, I could throw some elemental shit in there, probably.
Probably.
Burn
Do
the
you
fucking
want to?
tree down. No.
You hear a loud crack. The tree doesn't fall, but you hear that the trunk itself has snapped or has cracked. And you would hear that crack from the bar. As the leaves of the tree rustle and the birds that were nesting in said tree begins to fly off.
Gearfried will look at Fennis and be like, well, that's more than Mending can fix. I am officially useless, and Gearfried's going to walk back into the bar.
Fennec's mouth is just hanging open.
On another palm strike. It's a rhythmic, just thunk, 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 thunk. Until somebody stops her, I think.
And it can't go
Or
near
the
it.
breaks.
If you're gonna do another one, go ahead and make another attack, please.
Yeah, there you go.
That's gonna hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah, it's gonna hit the tree.
Hey, listen.
I-
Gotta make sure, because if
If
you
I
roll a
miss
one-
on a tree, I quit.
if you roll a
It's
one,
not so much that
miss.
you miss, it's that it's ineffective.
Oh.
With that last strike, you hear and you feel the tree beginning to push as it begins to fall.
Oh shit. Like fall?
Fall.
Oh shit. Okay. She underestimated the trees.
Yeah.
It-
No,
Is it a
yeah,
Overestimated?
really big?
it's-
Underestimated. Overestimated.
It's not a very. It's just like a largish tree, like a normal tree on the city type of thing. But you do notice that as the tree itself falls, it does land on.
I will not let it land on anyone or anything.
Okay,
We'll
go
grab the
ahead.
tree.
Go ahead and give me a strength check for that.
Not gonna let it land on anyone. She's not gonna kill someone just because she needed to let off some steam.
I wasn't going to say kill somebody, plus it wouldn't be dead. I was going to say you were going to break a car. Or a vehicle. But you are
Everything
able to kind of like... You are able to stop it inches above Carpe Diem.
Our car?
I had to. It was popped into my head.
Oh. Gently move the tree to just rest on the ground. Trees are not very strong here, but they would be a big tough. Seriously, I used to pump those fuckers all day and they wouldn't.
Oi,
Land trees are shit.
what are you doing?
Mm.
You're going to see a Blackguard, a member of the Blackguard approaching you.
But I stopped it from falling.
Yeah? From what I heard from them folk, and he's going to point to a bunch of scared pedestrians, you're the one who broke it.
Yeah, I punched the tree.
Now why?
Felt like it.
Well, then I don't feel bad, because I feel like giving you the ticket. You're going to see that he...
What the fuck you mean you're gonna give me it's a tree?
Oh God.
Yes, it's a tree that is planted by the king. You're not supposed to
It's-
destroy public...
Tree. It can't
It's
be
prob-
property, it's tree, it's nature. It's like
That's
getting mad
okay.
if I dig a hole.
So that's okay for you to kill nature then? Because that's what you did. So should I cite you for murder?
Hey,
It's a tree. It's a
it's
living
a
thing.
tree. It's a tree. It is not alive, it is a fucking tree. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
He's going to look at you sternly, and this is an individual who is medium height and is basically staring you down unflinchingly.
Hollers at him.
That's okay. He's pulling a Boa Hancock on you. Like, his back is arched, like, he's looking so down on you, he's looking up.
Tree.
That's going to be 2 gold pieces.
Oh, this fucking... Hand him the fucking gold. I don't care.
He will take it,
And
and he will write you a receipt for destruction of public property.
Hmm.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
I'm fucking looking at idiots. Fucking count trees. Fucking like bullshit. Take the fucking ticket. Fucking please.
But with that, what would you like to do, Zarya?
Go back inside. I am denied my tree training. Fucking grumbly. Just grumbling under her breath. Fucking idiots. Trees.
So Fennec and Gearvrid, you would see as Zarya kind of re-enters the tavern, looking more annoyed than she left. What would you like? Would you approach her? Would you avoid her? What would you be doing?
My mic was off. Fennec, it appears that she's become accommodated with the constables here.
They're just like examining the tree, like still trying to figure out, like, yep, I would say so. Do you think we should talk to her? I mean, if we don't have to, or if you don't think we should, if you think it's not safe, I mean, I'm not gonna blame you if you're checking out to talk to her, but you know, somebody might want to. But you know, if we don't get to it, you know, I think she looks like she's got it under control.
Chicken!
I will go talk to her. Gearfried's going to get up and saunter on over. He's kind of lean over near where... Are you just at the bar? Or are you at a table? Where are you?
At the table, because I can't drink.
Right, I'll come with you. God knows you'll say something stupid to set her off and get us all punched, but
I am very considerate, thank you.
I didn't say you were inconsistent.
Zarya, are you doing all right?
You can't just ask people that. That's personal.
Apparently, punching a tree is illegal. What
Yeah,
the
they have
fuck
very.
is-
Trust me, we were harangued for doing some totally innocent things as well. The guards here are very overzealous.
You said they murdered a tree. Tree's
I
not
know,
life. Tree's nature.
And they accused us of trying to abet necromancy. We had to get brands for it.
These people are fucking weird.
Yeah,
Why are we
it's
leaving
ridiculous.
the city?
You don't want to, Brian. Trust me, you don't want to see Marie.
We should be leaving the city soon. Right now, we're trying to, or rather, Ceres is seeing about whether or not she can get these, our connections to these items that were stolen from us severed. Someone, I think we all know, or have an idea, who is, trying to peek in on us. And while being in proximity to your original person of interest might, be helpful in staving off. We can't all stick to her 24/7, so we do need to have that removed, or at least dealt with.
It's about this point that Ceres and or Levin would be making their returning back to the scene.
I imagine they would see the tree.
They would see the fallen tree.
If I see Levin before we enter the tavern, I was like, Levin, a tree almost crushed Carpe Diem.
That would be our luck, wouldn't it?
Just, oh my god. What's going on in this town? Just looks like it's bad gardening of some kind.
If they haven't cleaned the tree up by now, Levin's gonna take a look and see what happened to the tree.
It's just a benchmark. It's
You
just a fucking
You see a
benchmark.
very large palm in the center of the tree, pretty much where the crack is.
Blunt force trauma. And an awkward separation. Fantastic, I can infer our punchy friend decided to make a mess.
Oh, well, this is unfortunate.
But I'd have to ask to be sure, and I kind of don't want to.
I know how to broach the subject subtly. I'll take care of it.
Do you have to?
Only to see Gifford's reaction when I ask.
But anyway, I managed to get what I needed. You have everything you need?
I have a potential solution. May require a pooling of resources. We shall see. Let's go see our erstwhile companions.
Fair.
And I will step inside, and as I do, I was like, Jeffrey, the most terrible thing has happened. A tree almost fell over and crushed Carpe Diem.
It didn't let it.
We're aware well, I'd say we tried to stop the situation from unfolding, but we just kind of watched.
Trees here are
You watched as Zarya punched a tree that almost crushed my car.
It didn't.
I'm sorry, did you say your car?
Well, it's good that it didn't. Zarya, and I'm quite impressed that you actually managed to catch the tree. It's not small.
Yeah, the trees here are shit. I used to punch trees all the time, and they would never break like that. They'd be cracked, not fall.
Wait, let me see if I have this straight. So instead of seeing if you could make your way over to an exercise center or a gym, or even purchasing
What's a gym?
gymnasium. It's a facility with which they store equipment for exercise.
Blanks.
You could have purchased something to hit.
Oh. Why? Trevor's right better.
Sorry,
Yeah. Well, we got to pay 2 gold because the fucking idiot cops here think that trees are alive.
Trees are very much alive.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're not people alive.
a dryad would beg to differ.
Okay, those are different. Those are magical tree.
You understand that if you break a window or knock down a wall, that you have to pay the owner of the establishment.
Yeah, because that's a building. It's a tree. Tree is nature.
Is a city nature?
No,
So a tree in a city is what?
nature in city.
Oh, sweet summer chill.
And do you think that the city did that on purpose?
I don't know.
How have you operated this long in the world?
I haven't punched a tree in a while.
Yeah,
Okay. So in the future, just purchase whatever you're going to use for exercise, or go outside of the city if you're going to destroy things.
Zarya, I am probably going to give you the best gift you could ever imagine having. Would you like to spar with me?
I think I would break you.
I can actually take a punch much better than you think. And I cheat. So it's very unlikely that you will kill me.
You do know she does make contact. Did you see the tree?
I did.
Yeah, that was
I'm
just
not
2
worried.
hits.
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe we should, sparring you. Maybe she should spar melee.
No, it's...
I would definitely kill Melee.
Sarah,
I'm going to
Well,
be honest. I
never mind.
paid money for this.
I get it. I understand you're afraid. It's fine. Forget I asked.
With that, Fennec's gonna back up behind Gearfried.
What the? I'm just saying. She would give her knowledge.
You do realize
I mean,
that
okay, maybe
what
I'm
was
afraid,
requested and offered was a spar, right?
I get it. Okay, maybe afraid was the wrong word. You just know you couldn't live down the shame of losing. But like I said, no worries. I forget I asked.
I wouldn't lose.
Of course not. Of course not. And anyhow, I'm just gonna. Gearfried, Fennec, I do have a potential lead on making a little bit of a warding magic around you that might help with the personal item problem you have.
all right, let's hear it.
Where's
I can put you in touch with somebody who can either procure some magic items and or have a sort of tattoo inked onto your body somewhere that would provide a kind of resistance to scrying upon your person.
Did your contact happen to mention how much this was going to cost?
Upwards of up to 450 gold pieces.
All right. Well, I don't personally have that. Can't speak for Fennec. But I have been looking at the necklace that Melee wears. I'm fairly confident I might be able to try to replicate it, but it's gonna take some time. Fennec, how much gold have you got?
They have she'll jingle through his thing, look around. He'll bounce his coin purse up and down.
Fennec is gonna do that. Levin's gonna roll his eyes up like he's thinking about something. memory serves, about 800.
And like the pouch will just kind of drop back in his hand and he'll look 11. Close. Very close. You got goblin in you?
No, but I tend to write things down.
810.
Well, I'm on the end of 73. So maybe I'd hate to ask you to cover me, especially because I can eventually jerry-rig my way to doing something similar, but if urgency is the name of the game here, then I will need you to spot me.
Look, you don't have to beg. You're my friend. I'd love to help you out. Just please don't keep begging. It's embarrassed. You're gonna embarrass yourself. I don't want that. I want to be the guy that's there for you. So I'll lend it to you.
All right, thank you, Pennick.
With interest on repayment.
I will.
And
Tell you what, and are you wearing your hat right now?
of course you do.
Gearfried's just gonna grab the hat off your head and like just start he's gonna like open his gauntlet is going to like open up at each finger and a bunch of tools are gonna like pop out and he's going to stick his hand inside the hat and you're just gonna see like a few sparks fly and he's gonna be like, I'm feeling you're gonna like this instead of any interest I could give you, and then he's gonna withdraw his hand and hand you the object. Now when you pull your hat off and like out like like a gaffer trying to like get some cash, when you tip your hat, a 3-dimensional piece of common text bursts out that says the Dapper Dans.
Saris shudders.
I love it. I'm giving another inspiration.
Well,
Ugh.
There. Now you can tell everyone who you are without having to say it.
and I like it. All right. Consider this loan paid.
Well, that was just the interest part. I'll still pay it back.
Okay. I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do, but if you insist, I'll take it.
So, Saris, take us to your friend.
In a bit. I will cast sending to let the guy know that my friends are interested in the tattoo.
He will give you an address and the name. Birdie. This is spelt B-U-R-D-I.
Duly noted.
When you go to see Birdie, you are going to notice that the location that was given to you is that of a pet store.
Where I would always expect to get a tattoo.
Would you all be going, or would you, would only a select few of you be going?
I mean, Fennec and Gearfried would probably have to go.
Yeah. I think Saris also has to go. Because she's the contact.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's more Levin and Zarya. And would you continue to be leaving Melee with Zarya? She's kind of been designated babysitter the entire day.
I pay her to bodyguard my bodyguard.
Hey, I'm just saying. So you pay one bodyguard to fight and one bodyguard to run. I love this.
I might try to arm wrestle Melee during all of the babysitting.
Okay.
But later. We could do that later.
Levin will stick around to make sure that we're not gurgled a second time.
Burgle alert. I saw. How did they not How did I not notice them at all? I am being watchdog.
You're in the tavern.
You're watching me.
Upstairs in the rooms.
I'm watching the room. I'm watching the building from inside.
Exactly. They went from the outside.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah,
You never expect the windows.
right?
Exactly. Cyrus
Which
would
is-
have told you that many times.
So, it works. As you enter this pet shop, you hear the squeaking of the singing of your typical birds, parrots, the this, the that. You hear some obscure sounding growls and groans. One of them looks like almost like a mutated snail in a sense, and under a caption under it, "Not for sale." From the moorland. You're going to hear a individual cough coming from the back.
Jesus.
We're closed.
Tobias sent me. I believe I'm expected.
Ah, you're that right, sir.
Yes.
And you're looking for attack.
Actually, these two are. And she points to Gearfried and Fanny.
Hello.
I
Yeah, it's gonna cost you $4.50 a piece.
Does it have to be 450 specifically? They've been very traumatized in the past with searing flesh. Perhaps 400 each?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Can add 4 to that. Flash of genius.
Okay.
Flash.
Sounded like you were a fucking preacher saying, "Be gone, take the load." That's a genius.
Oh,
Ooh.
I would like to use my inspiration.
You certainly can.
19 is far too low to get that check through.
You could certainly use your inspiration because that is not going to succeed.
Oh
I
dear.
didn't think it would. I know.
Being facetious.
430.
430.
Would you like to attempt to counter haggle?
410.
He's going to
Look
think
at
for a
them.
moment.
yeah, look at us. We're pitiful.
You're gonna have
Yes.
to deal with the.
But being pitiful is incentive to charge you more. You reek of desperation.
Sir, if I may.
No. Oh, please. Just never mind. Okay.
Sir, if I may. We are currently being hunted by somebody. It's very scary. And at least we think we're being hunted by somebody. It's happened before. It likely will happen again. Now, we're frightened. Certainly. But if we come out of this alive, then we will very likely be back to you to purchase more goods. And what would you prefer? Lost dead customer or a customer that's going to come back because your items and implements have kept them alive?
Reputation is everything. We're great word of mouth.
Give me a persuasion check, Gearford.
Persuasion.
Yes.
We're basically going to pay him an exposure.
Dirty 20.
I can go as low as 420 apiece.
That's
Nice.
Gearfried
Sorry.
will pull out. Gearfried will pull out. You said 420 apiece.
Yep, 420 apiece.
Nice.
Gearfried will pull out 40 gold and then look to Fennec and say, "Hey, you cover the rest of the 800. I'll pay you back the 400 later."
I don't think he's as low as I think we can get him. I think there's still room.
I hit Fennec on the back of the head.
What?
This is the deal.
No. This is the start of the deal.
Fennec, if you continue to haggle, the only thing you win is him not doing anything for you. Right now, you're at 420 for 420 per tattoo. You're about to put on the table. He closes his shop and walks away.
And he's going to chime in. By the way, if you were to go to a Dragon Marked house for this, it's $2,000 tattoo. 2,000 gold piece tattoo.
There's a penny.
I think we'll reluctantly put the gold on.
All right. So with that, if you are putting the gold on the counter, you would begin to get the tattoo. Ultimately, you would see that it is a tattoo in the shape of almost like a Nordic style. One of those type of protection symbols.
Right.
It would take about a half
Do we have to
hour before-
Do we have to attune this?
And it's not going to take up an attunement slot.
Oh, sweet.
Is it an actual?
Does it-
It is going to passively any sort of divination spell. It is going to add +2 to your saving throw.
Does this wear off after?
+4 to your saving throw? No, it doesn't. Unless the tattoos are removed.
Oh, okay. So this is specifically for wisdom saving throws?
Yeah, wisdom saving throws with divination magic. Against divination magic.
If you had your arm chopped off and the tattoo was on the arm, would that count as the tattoo being removed?
Yes.
What if you kept your arm in your possession?
No. Yeah, it is removed.
Okay.
It's like saying, no, I still have my arm. Like, no, you're carrying your arm, but you don't really have your arm anymore.
Tattooed on your body is the important point. If it's separated
Yeah.
from you, it's no longer your body.
Okay, but what?
If I stitch my arm back on,
Okay, so
Question
what
for
if
later.
teleport actually works in the reconstructive way, where you're deatomized and then reconstructed somewhere else? Does that get rid of the tattoo?
Ah, yes, let's ship a Theseus this one.
Alright, cool. So, yes, if you use any sort of teleportation spell, the tattoo is now removed.
Well, why would you ask that, guys?
I'm only kidding. Listen, I'm not sure. I'm only kidding. It's okay.
Like, all you're doing is like you're
First
looking for
conversation.
holes. You're looking for holes that don't exist until you make them in the DM's brain.
I like knowing the science behind it.
Guys, I'm the kid that asked the teacher if we had homework. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm that teacher that says, cool, I'm going to double it.
I'm that teacher. I'm that teacher that is with the other students.
Say it with me now. Game mechanics are not physics. Game mechanics are not economy.
But,
Yeah.
but it's fun
There's-
to theorize.
As
It's done in good faith, sure.
as he's tattooing the artwork onto the arm, he is going to begin to explain that despite it being impossible to remove the connection, it's possible to cover it up. But try not to have too much stolen. Try to keep your face shrouded from that, because if your target is trying to get you, all they need is an image.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm not really a proper spellcaster, more of a pretender, I guess. But I'm not too well versed in scrying magic. What exactly makes them know or makes them able to trace us, if not just our image?
Well, it depends. So, there's different levels that allow for clearer connections. For instance, likeness or pictures. That would give them... It would be a little bit harder for them to be able to tune into what they're looking for. It's still possible. The most surefire way, though, is to have some sort of piece of the individual. If you have something like a hair or nail clipping, it's almost guaranteed that you'll be able to be scryed.
So it's your image, something you have, something that belongs to you, or an actual piece of you.
Indeed.
Is that right?
Or if they have a possession, as they clearly do.
Right. All right. Well, keep that in mind for the future.
But with that, it would take about an hour and a half to finish doing both tattoos, and you would be able to just keep in mind that you have +4 on your saving throw for divination magic.
So is this like an for like a character sheet purpose? Is this an actual thing that we can put on that like inventory or not, or is this like just an in the notes?
Yep. You could put it actually in both places. You could put it as an item. It is not taking up an attunement slot.
But no, what I'm asking, like, is it an actual item or do we have to custom?
No, it's not an actual item. You'd have to customize it.
Okay.
Because it would be just a tattoo.
Got it.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do while you are out?
Cool.
Nothing that I can think of.
Alrighty. As you make your way back to the tavern, those of you who are in the tavern, what would you like to do before we regroup the party?
Weapon's been basically just keeping watch on the rooms that we have.
Zarya, how about for you?
Don't think she has anything she'd be doing right now. Just stewing in her own... Bah.
Alright. So with that, you would end up regrouping as a party. Melee would be wandering over to Ceres' side as she enters the tavern and sits down and gets settled. Would you guys be going straight to bed, or would you be kind of congregating to discuss things?
I would start relating to Melee how Zarya was turned down a fight against me because she, recognized my combat prowess.
I didn't turn it down.
I don't see you say you didn't say yes. That sounded like rejection. And you know how well I deal with rejection.
Is Ceres' mic being strange for you?
Yeah, I thought it might have been just...
Okay.
Yeah, there's a ticket.
I was so concerned about. I'm like, am I the only one hearing that?
It's my I don't know. My headphones.
Hey, you're good now. You're good now.
Very good.
You're fine. So, you were telling me...
Oh, it's back.
Yeah. Yeah, it sort of rotates in, it'll do a thing, and then it'll go away.
Yeah, listen, it happens. We'll just have to make do.
So, are we grouping up, guys? Or are we, because Gearfried doesn't have anything specific to do, so if everyone needs to meet up, Gearfried will be in the bar or at the tavern, just kind of in a corner and probably more mindful of where his items are, all right next to him right now.
So yeah, you'd have Melee talking to Ceres. You'd have Zarya within earshot. You had Levin, who is kind of managing upstairs in the rooms. Levin, would you stay up there hearing that the others have returned, or would you make your way down?
Levin would take a minute to go down and see what's going on with them, just to confirm that they've gone and handled that business. But then he would return to his room, not specifically for vigilance, just so that he can, like, do nightly things. Prayer and meditation. It's been a while since he's done that.
Gotcha. Fennec, what would you be doing?
I think it would be going back to the bar.
All right. So you would have Fennec and Gearfried at the bar as Ceres is talking to Mei Li, and, you know, she's kind of expressing and taunting Zarya a little bit. Mei Li's going to turn to Ceres and kind of laugh a little bit. So did they end up getting tattoos?
They did.
So is this going to become a tradition that each time they come here they're going to get marked?
Does seem that way, doesn't it?
2 out of 2 times. It seems like a consistent thing.
Maybe it'll convince them that we have no reason to ever come back to Rue.
Could be.
This town is this.
Do you want a drink?
Oh, yes, please, thank you.
Then this time she's going to purchase you a drink. Because, you know, you pay her anyway. So she would head and sit down at the bar across from where Fennec is sitting. You know, like several stools away.
Brave.
Oh no, she's sitting as far away as the bar will allow.
Oh, okay.
Raises an eyebrow at that.
Melee, is there something wrong between you and Fennec right now?
I don't know, he always just seems to despise me. So I figured just not to taunt it.
Gearfried will slide all the way back over to Fennec. Fennec, have you got an issue with Melee?
Yes.
So, I realize I am so not involved in your squabbles with Melee. What exactly is your issue with her? Because I feel like if we don't address this, it's just going to catapult and spiral into something it shouldn't be.
He has addressed it.
Yeah, that was,
Remember the rant?
he gave his speech towards,
Everybody?
Yep. That was when he welcomed her into the family.
Above table, it's been a minute. Can someone refresh?
Yeah, that was that time where Yami took Mei Li shopping and Fennec took personal offense. And he ended up... that's where he vented that a lot of his quarrels come from the fact that Mei Li gets the attention that Fennec wants.
Right. So, Gearfried's going to lean into Fennec.
Now, Fennec, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Especially if there's anything specifically you want to highlight from your speech.
Nope, that was the event of Yami taking Mei Li shopping was the triggering moment of all the pent up abandonment issues and shit like that with Yami. And most of it wasn't directed at her.
Just towards her.
Some of it, but some of it was. He resents her. In short, he resents her.
Yeah, only child syndrome and just got a younger sibling.
That you never.
So Gearfried's going to lean in and, in a more hushed tone, he's going to say, all right, look, I know that you had that explosive discussion a while back. But in spite of how you might feel, we're all still working together. We do all need to be cordial with one another, so maybe dial back the animosity a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, considering where we started, when she joined our little gang, you know, I feel proud of myself and how far I've come and grown up. And she should also be proud of how far she's come, considering she's only ever done the bare minimum for the group.
So, Fennec, are you jealous, Melee? Is that what this is really coming down to?
With that word being said, his eyes are going to narrow. I wouldn't call it jealousy. He's nothing to be jealous of.
Fennec, you are correct in that you are a very useful member of this team, and your efforts are appreciated. Melee has not aided us very much combatively. I acknowledge it. I brought it up several times. I think that she is, quite frankly, someone that we need to protect more often than we need protection, or we need to help us protect with. Worded that weird. She's more often someone that we need to cater to as opposed to someone who can aid us properly. But that's just the situation we're in right now. She's trying to get better, and she has improved slightly. She'll probably keep trying to improve. But until we can get her to safety, she's not going anywhere.
You know, in some of my travels, I mean, you know what we call someone like that?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Dead weight. But I know Saris has this thing with her, platonic at best. But at some point, we're gonna have to face the music of what is she actually doing. But I am nothing but a team player. Welcome her to our group. Here, not going anywhere. I'm just gonna have to. I will say though, on that note, with her being here, there is a positive to that, or a quality that can be spoken for. She's here longer than my dad.
So this really goes back to Yami then, doesn't it?
Doesn't it always? All roads lead to hell.
Gearfried is going to push up from his elbows to his hands, and then kind of look back towards where Melee and Sarah's sitting, and look back to Fennec and be like, I don't think there's anything I can really say that will change your opinion or change your outlook. But all I ask is that you try to be a little bit more polite. And then he's going to lean over and give Fennec a shoulder hug and say, "And I wasn't lying when I said you are appreciated." And then he's going to push off and then walk back towards Saris and Melee.
As he does, Fennec's gonna he'll take it in for you will see, I don't know how to describe it physically, but you would see the appreciation of the comments. But then he's gonna as you kind of make it over there, he's gonna wait, did you just say I'm not polite?
Keep walking. Gonna wave over, wave behind him as he's just walking back.
He's gonna take a few minutes to kind of think about what you said. And he's going to what to do this? What is Melee drinking?
Fairly strong ale.
He's gonna order 2 from the bartender.
Okay. You are poured 2 ales.
And he's going to walk over with the mugs in his hand. He's gonna look at Gearfrey. He goes. He's gonna look at the mugs. He's gonna look at Gearfrey. He's gonna look at the stool next to Melee, and then he's gonna look at the drinks. He's gonna look at Gearfrey. He's gonna look at the stool. And he's gonna kind of give a little head nod, help a brother out.
Gearfried will help Fennec up.
He's going to take one of the mugs and place it in front of Melee.
You're just going to see a straight up shocked expression on her face. It was for me.
It is in front of you, isn't it?
You didn't pee in it, did you?
I can be a lot of things, but that creative is mundane.
That's not a no.
I didn't pee in it. You've seen me sitting here the whole time. You watched him pour it.
No, I didn't, but okay. Thank you very much. And she's going to raise up the mug to cheer in a cheering way.
Fennec will match the cheer, and then he's going to do a very big gulp, or that swallow of pride, and go, I offer a peace offering, and me accept you into the group.
Thank you. And she's going to take a large sip herself. How experienced of a drinker is Fennec?
I don't think it's a matter of experience. I think it's a matter of his size.
No, tolerance level matters with experience.
And your heart beats once a minute.
Also true. So he's experienced.
This is a bit stronger than your usual. This would be a lager compared to or it would basically be a Grolsch compared to a Sam Adams lager.
So it's double IPA.
Yeah, it's got a much more of a bite, and the kick itself, you kind of feel the wave of intoxication as you're drinking.
Okay.
So almost instantly your cheeks kind of turn the rosy or whatever color goblin cheeks turn. When flushed.
So he'll do that, and kind of to follow up with his original comment, is it's been no secret that I don't like you, don't trust you. But some close friend gave me some words of wisdom, and I came to realize I might have been acting out of some other emotions, and that shouldn't have been directed towards you. And I trust this friend, and this friend trusts you. So I am going to try to be a little bit more open to things I may not be fond of. And direct my emotions at the rightful target.
She's gonna kind of nod in that sense of when you can see somebody rambling in a sense and you just kind of nod them through. It's not dismissive, but it's more the lines of there's a lot that you're saying that she's been kind of like not necessarily privy to. Like, she knows that you don't like her, but she also doesn't know like to the level, to the degree. That's why she always avoids you.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, okay, you don't like me, you don't trust me, but you're welcoming me anyway. Cool, thank you, I think.
Pretty much.
So it's not like she's being dismissive, it's just more the lines of, not sure what a safe reaction for this, because this looks very much like a 180. So she's also dealing with that whiplash of this, sudden change.
Well, would he notice that?
You can give me an insight check.
His passive is 14, if that means.
You can give me an insight check.
Earfried's going to lean in and like whisper into Saris's ear, like,
Can't fucking believe this is actually playing out this way.
All according to plan. She just sips her drink.
An 8.
Even with the 14, you wouldn't have noticed it. So to her, she appears to be genuinely accepting your words at face value. In your
Okay.
perspective.
Okay.
Huh. Levin, you would come down briefly and see the scene unfolding.
It's gonna take a seat at a table. Right? Does everyone have what they need?
Mm-hmm.
I believe we do. He's gonna show the tattoo.
It's 2 for 2.
Beautiful tramp stamp.
Should
Maybe
we come
next
through
time.
a third time? Do you think you're going to get a scar next?
That or the tramp
Started with
stamp.
the brand, now you have... Well, you started with the brand, you now have a tattoo.
You know what? Third time's a charm, right? Maybe third time nothing bad will happen. I won't have to get my body altered in any way.
Might I suggest we just never come back to road?
That is also not.
So, I'm assuming with the recent acquisitions that we are lighter on funds.
Yes, very much so.
So we've not the option of shortening our trip by taking the rail. Load up Carpe Diem.
That, or we can, I mean, just throwing the idea out there, we could take a job in the interim, something quick, make some quick coin, get a quick fare, or get a quick ride just to get Carpe Diem a little bit close to the destination before taking off.
Does the lightning rail hire? Does the lightning rail ever hire like security staff? I just kind of provided by House or.
Most of it is provided by House Orion. They need additional securities. They'll occasionally hire outside forces, but there would be job postings for that. They don't do day-by-day pickups. But I'm surprised. Didn't Zarya have told you this if you brought this up before?
Oh no, the air of defeat around Zarya right now is just overwhelmed. Can't bear to
Pete,
bring up anything to.
sorry, did you get into another fight?
I mean, I basically won all the fights because she turned me down. Forfeiture is a kind of losing. Yes, it's a kind of losing.
I did not turn you down. I don't even know if I think the bookie was in any of that, but it's just instinctually.
Zarya, was there a need to yell?
I don't.
I mean,
I-
you see me fight. I can guess why she's intimidated.
I'm not intimidated. I just.
There's,
Yes,
you're having too much fun provoking her.
it's so much fun. You have no idea.
She looks more conflicted about the fight, not in the way that Theris is obviously making fun of her for, but more just
Zarya,
she meant it when she was concerned that she might kill her.
Zarya,
Zarya, if you have your concerns with engaging in a spar, my apologies, but my opinion is not very high of you. I thought you were a martial artist.
I am not worried about losing.
A spar is not something where you're intending on causing permanent harm to the other party.
That's where I would.
I'm sorry.
And
Are you an
it-
acolyte? Are you an apprentice, an acolyte, a student?
No,
Then why can't you simply hold back?
sometimes I
That's
I
not an
can't.
excuse, and you know it.
oh shit.
Zarya, do you just want something to hit?
She looks very uncomfortable at the mere fact of talking about.
Hook a thumb over his shoulder towards where the tree used to be.
Zarya, if you just want a punching bag, I can provide that in spades. And Gearfried's going to...
I don't know what I want, okay? She looks like a little freaked out at talking about it, and just starts kind of like scratching her wrist nervously.
Zarya, you're not a child, but as a recommendation, you may want to stop acting like one. And he's going to get up from the table and head to his room.
Ah, the classic 11 beatdown. Everyone thinks it's his with. You think it's his. Everyone thinks it's his crossbows that are lethal, but no, it's his words. You made Dad unhappy.
I'm going to bed.
On that note, we're going to call it here for the night. And boy, was this an interesting start to the new year of adventures. Oh. With this, the next session, the players are going to decide, are they going to begin the journey of 1,500 miles? Or are they going to stay to raise some funds so that they can take a train halfway there? Tune in next time. And I'd ask Fennec to take off his hat here so that he can reveal the Dapper Dads.
What?
Till next week, have a great one, have a safe weekend, and we will see you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That everyone.